E il Jockey, Luis, sei il regista di questo film che effettivamente ha una serie di echi che possono andare anche fino a Buñuel, piuttosto che c'è un po' di Roy Anderson, c'è un po' di tanti registi in questo film, no? È un film che da alcuni è stato definito un po' folle. Tu invece come lo definiresti?
I didn't want to make it crazy. I wanted to make it real. Um, but life is crazy. So if it has to resemble life, it has to be very crazy. Um, that's why I don't know why they make films that are so linear and one scene brings another scene and everything makes sense. I don't understand films that make sense because I can't relate to them.
Giustamente. E questo è un film che parla, in primis di autodistruzione e poi anche di rinascita. Quindi queste sono 2 tematiche che hai voluto affrontare in questo modo appunto così particolare.
Well, self destruction has bad press because it takes a toll on your physical aspect and I understand that that is true, but I think it's also important to destroy yourself for in a positive way in order to become something better, something more interesting for yourself, something more surprising. And the only way of doing that is destroying something that is obvious about yourself and that is there's no surprise in it. So um, some people with suicidal tendencies, really what they have is this passion for life, and it's so amazing that the self-destruction just becomes like a consequence of being very crazy about life, like like it can come out of love also, but it can also come out of something less interesting that is like taking yourself seriously. So self-destruction has different angles. I mean, one can be you think you're important, so then you destroy yourself to prove I don't know what. But I think it's more interesting the fact that you're not that important, so you're always kind of killing yourself and being born again to make it worthwhile. Um, yeah.
Ecco, e a proposito di questo, di morte e rinascita, il tuo protagonista Remo Manfredini, muore e rinasce tante volte nel corso di questo film, no, e invece, a te nella realtà, nella tua vita reale, è capitato di, fra virgolette, "morire e rinascere"?
Yes, I haven't dressed up as a woman yet. So I haven't become a woman um, like the character does. But I have experienced most of the things the character in the movie does, and yeah, that was an advice from my ex girlfriend. She said you have to die and be born again. That's your only way out of this mess. So um so I love it when she said that. I didn't love it. I didn't like it at the moment, but then I thought it was great. It was like the best advice she can give me. And yeah, I think it's important to not carry all your neurosis, and for that you have to die constantly, but not in a suicidal manner. Just like every day you wake up to a surprising world that you don't know what's going to happen, and um, so it's a way of just maintaining your love in a pure way, to really love life as it is with no guarantees of anything.
Ecco, abbiamo parlato di Remo Manfredini, parliamo invece di una che forse è una delle frasi simbolo del film. A un certo punto viene detto: "La miglior scuola è sempre la disgrazia." Ecco, spieghiamo questa.
Well, I come from Buenos Aires, and before rock and roll, there was tango, and tango is all about kind of knife fights and tragedy and all these messed up love relationships. It's very tragic, and it's also very introspective. But it's like a macho thing, and it went all through the 1920s to the 50s or 60s, and it was the rock and roll of that time, and it's like a punk tradition, and I don't know, I came up with that phrase because um, that's my own experience. Um, I've never learned anything from feeling great. Feeling great is just feeling great. You don't get anything out of it. You're you're full of life. But when things go wrong all the time, then you kind of learn a little about human nature. So yeah, that's one of my favorite phrases, but no one has noticed it except you. Um I was gonna take that out because it didn't fit in well in the scene, but I decided I it was very important to leave that line. Yeah.
E poi una battuta sui tuoi 2 magnetici protagonisti, Nahuel e Úrsula, quindi raccontiamo anche come sei arrivato alla scelta di loro, per questi ruoli.
I rarely do casting. I Nahuel was my neighbor when we were kids, and I would see him walk around, and he was always a genius. He was always a great actor. And Ursula, I had never seen her act. She's the girlfriend of a good friend of mine, and we met at dinner, and she's so beautiful, and she has such like an overwhelming energy, and she's a great dancer, and I don't know, she's magnetic, and I don't know, I just fall in love with certain actors or people from the street, and then I make them the leading roles. Sometimes they're professional actors, sometimes they're just maybe a guy that I meet in the subway, and I don't. I rarely do casting for the lead roles. I just find someone and I know it's them. In this case, the movie is based on a drifter I met in the street, and he's Russian. He lives in the streets of Buenos Aires. He sleeps in front of hospitals, and he's dressed as a woman. And I wanted him to act, but he didn't want to. So immediately Nahuel came to my mind.
Ecco, e poi una battuta finale, diciamo che tra, ehm, tra doping, criminalità, autodistruzione e cambi di sesso, forse questo, non è propriamente il film che piacerebbe più al vostro presidente Milei, ecco, diciamo così, no?
Well, we'd have to do a dubbing on him, see what the results are. Um, I'm not sure. I don't think he likes any kind of expression at all. So um, I don't. I'm not concerned with him, his opinion.
Forse forse lui vorrebbe, visto il titolo internazionale del film, Kill the Jockey, forse lui vorrebbe Kill the Jockey con la motosega, no?
Yeah, yeah. In English, you have to put the word like kill, like
Okay.
something that makes it more like commercial. But yeah, one of the producers came up with "Kill the Jockey," and I said, if you're gonna pay for it, I don't mind. Uh,
Bene, grazie e complimenti.
Thank you.